everyone, welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me today. This is going to be a reading for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising positions for the period of July 19th to the 25th. And bear in mind that there is a full moon in Aquarius this week on the 23rd, and that Chiron just went retrograde on the 15th. So we're certainly dealing with inner child, inner healing, wounds that are coming up that need healing, as well as the full moon in Aquarius is going to really highlight relationships. So let's jump right in and see what messages we have for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising for this upcoming week. Okay, Sagittarius. Thank you. Okay. Okay, Sagittarius, it looks like you are on the process right now of really trying to understand some truth. You're trying to understand the truth behind your purpose, and you're trying to understand the truth behind what makes you feel self-sufficient, what makes you feel enriched, and what makes you feel that connection to yourself. Really, this is a time where you are seeking so much. You are just seeking a lot of inner wisdom about yourself, your purpose, your life path, what you should be doing, what you shouldn't be doing, things you need to heal, things you need to let go of. Very, very transformative time for you, Sagittarius. Lots of life cycle patterns about to shift. Okay, my Sagittarius friends, I'm sure you can feel this already. I see that the Knight of Cups is the process you're on, which is the idea that you are sort of heading into a place where you're starting to understand how you perceive love. Okay, the dimension of love, emotion, union, romance, all of these emotional connections to love are on your mind, and you're on the process of understanding how they relate to you with respect to how you can make sure that you're able to provide yourself with love, that self-love, and that is really the key. I say key, and I pick up the Hierophant here, which is all about understanding those universal truths, those keys, the philosophical keys that help us unlock our own purpose, which is exactly what you're trying to do. But there appears to be a dimension of love here that may require some healing. Okay, I see the Six of Swords here. So there may be something that requires a final look at, so that you can finally just heal this wound and allow yourself to move away from it. There may be some resistance to this. You may be wanting to hang on to something that was, very special to you and very dear to you, but that is no longer in alignment with where you're going and where you're headed. Okay. This is going to be tricky. It's in reverse, so I can see that you're not interested or resistant. You're resistant to leaving this behind. The Six of Swords implies that you need to heal, but it also implies that you need to actually leave the shoreline of that experience. So that could suggest that you actually need to physically get some distance between you and this experience, so that you can actually step into your own self-sufficient sense of yourself. This is a very feminine energy of you enriching your own life. So there may be someone that you had a codependent relationship with. And I say that as I sort of flip between the two sides of your reading here, because part of understanding codependency is part of this dimension of love. We may be confusing codependency with love, and understanding that love means as is, and that you don't actually need to be physically around someone that you love to love them properly. If you feel that you have this needy feeling, then that may be the lesson here. There is something to do with a big shift coming in for you on a mental level. Your perception about something is going to change, and it's going to throw your current life pattern into a new life pattern. So get ready This night is always one of sort of prepare for a sudden shift in your life cycle. And this is going to involve a mental shift. This is going to involve a perception change. This is going to involve you believing and knowing and understanding that you can't go forward with these same perceptions. You must heal them. As you can see, these are swords as well. You must heal these mental perceptions. You can think of this as baggage. You can think of this as old wounds that haven't been healed yet, but they've got to. The guidance you're being given here is that you better get ready because something's about to shift, and it's almost like you can't go forward until you acknowledge these changes. Okay, there is a need here to understand yourself on a more sort of profound, universal way. I really think, Sag, you are sitting in a place right now where you are trying to understand the meaning of your life. When I see these two cards together, that tells me you are trying to understand your life's path, your soul's purpose. You're trying to understand what you are here to do. Okay, you are really trying to understand that, and it's challenging you. I think for you right now, Sag, you're not sure where to begin. And the guidance you're getting in terms of action is heal wounds. That is where you need to begin. You need to heal before you can be of service. I'm sort of getting the vibe here that you are going to be of service once you heal this. That is the big life shift that is coming for you, Sagittarius. Okay, so we really need to heal those old wounds, so that when we step forward into our new life pattern, which is coming, we're ready for it with a blank slate, no baggage. Lots of readings of no baggage allowed. We got to heal that inner child so that when we go forward, we don't have a wounded inner child driving the bus, right? Because that's not going to drive the bus in a way that feels aligned with yourself, okay? So let's see what the oracle cards have to add to this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Thank you. Okay, let's see. Wow, very interesting, Sagittarius. It looks like there is an exchange, okay? You are exchanging something. You might see it as a loss, but it's just an exchange. You're going to be exchanging one thing for another. Look at that. Exchanging gifts, and the fates are lying between, or lying, sandwiching here the Six of Swords that needs to be healed. So what that says to me with respect to, this overall reading is that you're going to be exchanging energy. You're going to exchange this old energy, okay, for something new that is faded. You are right where you need to be, Sag. If you are sitting thinking that you are lost, you are far from lost. You are far from lost. You are exactly where you need to be, even though it might feel like you're lost. What you need to do right now is focus on healing, this mending here. Mending from something that left you feeling abandoned, okay? These two oracle cards are here to clarify this Knight of Cups, okay? So then as you're on the process of understanding the dimension of love, you are understanding it through healing a feeling of being orphaned. Notice that this card is a 5 and that the Hierophant is 5 in tarot. So that is probably part of the truth that you're uncovering. You went through a situation that was fated, okay? It was supposed to teach you what this felt like in order for you to rise and understand that you need to be self-sufficient and not codependent. So perhaps you were in a codependent relationship that left you orphaned, left you feeling orphaned, and you need to heal from that so that you can go ahead and find the self-love and self-sufficiency and self-enrichment that you are worthy of. You are worthy of this, and that is fated. This is the fates coming in to help you exchange energies. So you are going to be exchanging a low vibration for a high vibration. You are going to heal something that will send you down the path of this new life cycle. And it's all fated. When this happened, you probably went through a very dark period, and now you just have to sort of let it go. You got to let it go, even if that means losing the connection to this person. And I think that's why you want to hang on to it, even though it hurts. At least it maintains a connection to this individual. But it's time to leave the shoreline. It's time. It's time to leave that shoreline and exchange this feeling of being orphaned for this feeling of self-sufficiency. Excuse me. Very interesting reading for you, Sagittarius. It's really about understanding that things that happen to us happen for a reason. So this orphan situation happened so that you could love yourself. You know, you may have wanted this to stay, but if this had stayed, you would have stayed in a codependent situation where you were dependent on the love of someone else to love yourself. Now you're going to go forward loving yourself, knowing that you're enough without this person, and that in the future, if a partner does come, you won't be codependent on them, so that when they leave, you won't feel orphaned. You know, if a relationship comes and goes, your core stays intact, whereas it did not stay intact. This needs to be healed. That is echoed here by the Six of Swords and the Mending card. So, you know, you really need to heal this situation and exchange. It's an energetic exchange. You're going to exchange one energy and gain another. So once you heal this feeling of being orphaned or let down and left behind by this individual or this relationship, you really are going to be stepping into a place of a brand new life cycle where you can't bring any baggage. No baggage allowed. Wow. Okay, I'm going to leave it at that, Sagittarius. Excuse me, if this reading has resonated for you and you would like a personal reading, my email is in the description below. And as always, thank you so much for liking, subscribing, and watching. And we'll see you very soon for another reading. Sending lots of love and light.